Hello guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I will be doing the F1 2022 Driver and Constructor Championship predictions. Sorry it's a bit late, my bad, I've had things to do. I know it's coming out in the middle of the weekend when the first race is happening. I hope it does okay, I'm sorry it's a bit late, but hey. Okay, so on with the first one. I think Zhou is going to come 20th. I just don't have faith in that Alfa Romeo. I just don't think it's going to do very well. It didn't do very well in testing, so I don't see it doing very well in the races, and he's the only rookie of the field, so I don't think he's going to do very well. I don't even think he's going to score a point. So I'm sorry, Guan Yu Zhou or Zhou Guan Yu, you're going to come last. Next is Latifi. I support Williams, but I just don't have the belief that they'll do good enough to get anywhere. And he's not the best driver, so I don't think he's going to do very well. I think he's going to be okay, get a few points, but not do well enough to get any higher than 19th. And I don't think the Williams is going to be that good. Next, I've got Ocon. Yes, you might think, what? But I don't really have faith in that Alpine. I could be wrong and probably will be. I really don't have faith in that Alpine. And I know he won a race last season and he'll prove me wrong, but I just think that the Alpine and Ocon are going to struggle. Ocon's going to have some reliability issues, have some problems during the season. The Alpine isn't going to be the best. So a combination of all that, I don't think he's going to do very well. He'll get a few points, but 18th. Next, Bottas. Like I said with Zhou Guan Yu, I don't think the Alpha is going to be very good. I know Bottas is new to the team, and I think he'll do okay. Don't get me wrong, I think he'll do okay, but I don't think he'll do brilliantly, and that's why I think he's going to come 17th. I just don't have faith in that Alfa Romeo, sorry. So I can't really put him any higher than 17th, so yeah. Next is the other Williams of Albon. I love Williams and support Williams, and I think Albon's going to prove a point to everyone and be like, yes, I'm here, I'm going to do well. And I think he will do quite well. I think he will get a few good points, I mean, like 4th or 5th. Maybe even snag a podium if he's lucky, maybe. But yeah, I think he's going to do quite well in the Williams. The Williams isn't going to be the best, but he's going to do quite well. So I'm going to put him 16th. I don't think he's going to do any better or worse than that. So yeah. Next is the Haas of Schumacher. Yes, I think he's a very good driver, and I think the Haas will improve quite a lot this season. So I'm going to put him in 15th. I think he's a great driver with a lot of potential. I see him doing quite well in the Haas. I see the Haas being very good. I don't see him doing super well. It's only his second season in Formula 1, but I think he's going to do pretty well and definitely improve on last year and be very good now that he has a good teammate in Kevin Magnussen. And next, Alonso. Yes, I love Alonso. He's one of my favourite drivers, I'd say. One of my favourite drivers. But I can't put him any higher because I don't think the Alpine's going to be very good. And I think he's going to drag everything he can out of that car. Like, everything he can and more he will get out of that car. But I just don't think the Alpine's going to be there. But what do I know? It will probably win the championship. But I just don't think he's going to get up there. So I put him in 14th. Next, Stroll. I'm not a huge fan of Stroll. I just don't really like him. I think the Aston Martin's going to be quite a good car, fighting in the midfield, definitely. Definitely fighting in midfield, strong midfield, I think. But I just don't have faith in it, really. And him especially, I don't really have faith in, so I can't put him any higher than 13th. Sorry, Stroll. That's where I put you. Up next in 12th, I've put Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri. I think the AlphaTauri is going to be amazing this season. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. I think Tsunoda's really going to improve on last year, where he struggled a bit, made quite a few mistakes, but I think he's going to really improve and want to show people, yes, I'm here, I'm good. So I think he's going to do very well in that AlphaTauri this season and come 12th. Next, we have Kevin Magnussen. I think Kevin Magnussen is absolutely going to smash it in this Haas. I think he is going to prove a point to everyone that he shouldn't have been kicked out. I don't believe he should have anyway of Haas. But he's going to prove a point and just come in and do amazing. I think the Haas is going to be a very strong midfield team. And I think Kevin Magnussen is going to do very well. I think he might even get a podium. That's my bold prediction. He might even get a podium in the season. So 11th for Kevin Magnussen. Next is Ricciardo. I just think he's going to struggle again in the season. I don't know what it is, but him in that McLaren, last season he didn't do very well. And this season, I just don't see him doing much better, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't think that he'll do any better. I don't know what it is. I just have this feeling inside me that he got a win last year, and I don't think he's going to get another one this year. I don't think he's even going to be on the podium this year. But I can't put him any higher because I don't think he's going to do very well in it. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I just don't think he's going to do very well this year. So I have to put him in 10th. I just don't see it. Next, Vettel. I think that Aston Martin is going to be a very strong package, and I think Vettel is going to do very well. I want to say he's going to get a win, but I don't think he is. I really want Vettel to get another win. I really do. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to get another podium, at least. I think he's going to get another podium. Maybe even two, but at least one podium. But yeah, I think he's going to do rather well in that Aston Martin. But I want him to get a win, but I don't think he will. In 8th, I've put Pierre Gasly. And the AlphaTauri, in my opinion, is going to be amazing. And I think Pierre is going to smash it. I think he's going to get 2 or 3 podiums in the season, maybe even 4. I don't think he's going to get another win. A second place, I think, as well. I think he's going to just boss it. I think he's just going to smash it out the park, absolutely dominate, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I just can't wait for it. It's just, lovely. I want Gasly to do well. I think he's going to do well. That's what I put him. Next, Lando Norris. I think he's going to drag as much as he can out of that McLaren. Last year, if you'd asked me, I think the McLaren would have been fighting for wins and championship this year. But I don't see it now this year after testing. I just think they have the brake problem. They're going to struggle to fix it. I don't see them fighting for wins, really, in my opinion. So I'm going to put Lando 7th. I think Lando and Gasly are going to really fight it out. And they're going to be close, but I can't put him any higher than 7th, in my opinion. So that's where he is. Next, Russell. Oh, I love Russell. I love Williams. So last year, Russell, my favourite driver. And this year, I think he's gonna do well in the team. Don't get me wrong. He's gonna do well. He's gonna get a podium, I think, but not a win. But I can't put any higher than 6th because I think he's gonna have like a conversion year where he just joins the team and he's gonna like integrate himself properly with the team. And then next year he's gonna smash it. And I don't think the Mercedes is gonna be that dominant as well. So yeah. Next, Carlos Sainz. Now him and the driver above him, I've switched quite a few times. I've been unsure where to put them. So I've put this Sainz here, and yes, he could be above, he could be 4th or 5th. I've put him 5th. I just think he's going to have 1 problem or 2 problems or make a mistake somewhere and then lose out to the driver I've put above him, which would be Perez. Yes, I think Perez and Sainz are going to go back and forth in that 4th and 5th position all season long. And I think Perez is just going to win it out with... I know Sainz was very consistent last year, but Perez is just going to be integrated with the team better and is just going to keep consistent and not have that like slight issue or problem that Sainz, I think, is going to have at some race or some point. And Perez is just going to beat him by like 10 points or something. That's what I think is going to happen. Just about beat him. Next, Hamilton. I don't think the Mercedes is going to be very good. Actually, I can't say that. I think he's going to be good, but not fighting for the championship. I think he's going to be fighting for podiums, but Hamilton is going to drag everything out of that car because he's an amazing driver. And he's going to get at least a win this season, definitely. But I just don't see him fighting the top 2 drivers, in my opinion, for the championship title. I think he's going to be a comfortable 3rd, but I don't think he's going to be any higher than that. I just don't see it. 2nd, I've put Verstappen. Yes, I see this Verstappen and obviously Leclerc is who I put in 1st. I've been switching in my mind who's going to win the championship so long. I think it's going to be so tight and down to probably the final race of the season. But I just put Verstappen in 2nd. I think he's a very rash driver and like wants to be the quickest around every corner ever. And I think that's going to pay him trouble. I think he's going to make like a slight mistake and then just lose it out to the driver, which is Leclerc. I just think Leclerc's going to do it this year. I think he's going to... The Ferrari, in my opinion, best car. And I think Leclerc is finally going to bring it back for Ferrari and win them a championship. I do think that's what's going to happen. And I think it's going to be very tight between him and Verstappen. But I think Verstappen's driving style is just going to lose him one race or like one thing he's going to do wrong. And then Leclerc is just going to just gain an edge on him and just get like a few points. It's going to be down to the wire. Like I said, I think the final race of the season, another title deciding the final race, is where it's going to be. And yeah, I just see Leclerc winning it, in my opinion. Yeah, sorry, but that's what I do. I think Leclerc's going to win it. Okay, now that we've done the Drivers' Championship predictions, we're going to go on to the Constructors' Championship predictions and see where I've ranked them in order of top 10. So, first of all, Alfa Romeo. I don't see them doing very well. In testing, they weren't very good. They had reliability issues. I think Bottas will do okay, I guess, in it, but not very well. Joe, I don't think will get any points, so I can't really put them any higher than 10th, in my opinion, so last is where I put in them. Next, Williams. I love Williams. I support Williams, but with the will in the world, I can't put them any higher than 9th. I just don't see it. Maybe next year. I have belief in next year they'll really improve, but this season, 9th. I just don't see it. I'm sorry, Williams, but I just don't see you getting any higher than 9th. In 8th, I've put Alpine. I think they're not going to do very well. I don't really have a reason. I just don't believe in them. I don't know what it is. Ocon won last year. I don't think he's going to do very well this year. I just don't see it. I don't know what it is. I can't really tell or explain it, but I just don't think Alpine are going to do very well, so I've put them in 8th. In 7th, I've put Haas. Now, I think they're going to be quite a good team, fighting for the lower end of the points every single race, maybe in higher points in some races, and I think they'll be quite a strong team. Quite a strong team, especially with the driver lineup they have. I think is, in my opinion, one of the best on the grid. Next, Aston Martin. I think they're going to be a very strong team, fighting for the good points every single Grand Prix, in my opinion. I think they've got a good driver in Sebastian Vettel. Stroll's okay, but I think he's going to be fighting for the lower points just about this season. Vettel's going to be fighting for good points, and I do see Aston Martin getting 6th. That's just roughly where I see them. So, yeah. In 5th, AlphaTauri. I think they finally get the 5th place in the Constructors' Championship, where they've been looking for ages. Gasly and Tsunoda, very good drivers. I think Tsunoda's finally going to step it up from last year after making a few mistakes and really bring home some good points. And Gasly's going to do amazingly. So that's where I see them coming 5th. 4th, McLaren. Yes, if you told me last year, I would have said, oh yeah, they'd be fighting for the championship and wins this year. But they've had brake problems, and I don't think they've been able to fix them, really. So I don't see them coming very good. I think they're going 4th, but I don't see them coming any higher. I think they're going to be in a tough battle with AlphaTauri. 3rd, Mercedes. They're probably going to win it, because that's what Mercedes do. But I think they're going to come 3rd, and I think they're definitely 3rd best at the moment. And that's where I see them. I don't think they're going to be fighting with the top 2 teams, and I don't think they're going to be fighting with McLaren or AlphaTauri. I just see them a solid 3rd. That's just where I see them. 2nd, Ferrari. See, Ferrari and Red Bull have been flipping over in my mind from 1st to 2nd so much. And I'm going to put Ferrari here because I think Leclerc is going to beat Verstappen by just a few points, and then Perez is going to beat Sainz by like about 10 or something. And that's just going to swing the balance into Red Bull's favour, in my opinion. So obviously, I put Red Bull top. Like I said with Ferrari, I think they're just about going to do it. Unlike last year where Mercedes beat Red Bull, I think Red Bull just about going to beat Ferrari and win the first Constructors' Championship for their team since, what would it be, 2013? I think that. So yeah, I think they're just finally going to do it. So thank you guys very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Sorry it's been come out late, but hey, if you have enjoyed, please consider subscribing and liking the video if you have. But enough from me. Goodbye.